All right, we are live. I'm just going to check a few settings, make sure everything is looking okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, let me test a few settings. I just want to see if I can hear my audio and then see what happens. Let me. Oh, good. I'm going to go to the overhead view and we can hear how that sounds. So let's try this for a second. How does that sound to everyone who is watching live? Good. Okay, I think that is sounding really good. I'm just going to play a little intro here for a second. We're going to be talking about some improv. Oh, I need to silence myself. Hold on for a second. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Good. Thing is sounding good. Okay, I'm going to come back here to the front view for a second. And today I'm going to see any comments that anyone may have as I'm streaming this live. What I wanted to talk about today, a few things. First off, I wanted to introduce my latest book. This is Essential Pop Piano Exercises Every Piano Player Should Know. And I'm really excited about this new book. I just barely had finished this about a few weeks ago, and it has over 200, almost 270 pages. We're going to talk about that, but then I also want to talk a little bit about something I've never done before that I'm going to be offering a huge sale. It's actually piano lessons, weekly piano lessons with me. They're group online piano lessons that we're going to be doing. And everyone who has purchased or will purchase my Essential Piano Teacher's Lifetime Studio License, or anyone who has purchased my Customer for Life, by this Friday, you will have access to our weekly group online piano lessons for life, and you won't need to pay the monthly tuition and subscription price that we usually have. And so I'll explain a little about that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to share my screen here. We are starting up with our weekly group online piano lessons in October. We had been doing them before, but we're going to start doing our weekly group online piano lessons. And I have 3 different stages or levels. We have the Apprentice Stage, the Maestro Stage, and the Virtuoso Stage. Every Thursday, we are going to be doing weekly group online piano lessons. There will be 4 per month. If there's a 5th week, we don't have lessons on the 5th week. But we are starting that up in October. And then something else we are doing in October is I'm going to be starting for the first time ever weekly group online piano lessons for piano teachers. It's a brand new weekly group online program that I'm doing for piano teachers. And I'm going to be teaching piano teachers music theory, improvisation, and composition. Not only teaching them how to do it so they can do it themselves, but also teaching piano teachers how they can teach music theory, improvisation, and composition. And I'll even show them how I orchestrate music, how I come out with albums. I will teach the piano teachers how I use Finale. Now I'm converting over to Dorico. That's a different story altogether, but I will show them how I use Dorico to notate my music. I will show them how I use Logic Pro when I'm scoring and orchestrating music as well. And so every week, we're going to have weekly group online piano lessons. First off, let me show you what I'm talking about with my customer for life and with my Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License. I'm going to share a link right now. So let me share my website, and I'm going to go to just my homepage, musicmotivation.com, and I will show you my Essential Piano Teacher's Lifetime Studio License. So this right here, I'll share the page. Okay, you should be able to see that. Everyone who has already purchased this, who has become one of my Essential Piano Teachers, we call them music mentors, it's $169.97, but you get access to all of the PDF books, all of the courses that I've already created. Now, what you do not have access to, it does not include private lessons or online group lessons or physical products or in-person events or mentoring mastermind groups. But you get everything. All of these courses that I've already created, you'll get access to all of those. And you get access to all of my books in PDF format. Now you can upgrade and you can buy this series right here, the Essential Piano Exercise series, as a spiral bound set. But you'll get all of these and all of my motivation self-help books as PDF books, all of my cool song series, and then you'll get all of these additional books that I've created included when you become one of the Essential Piano Teachers with the Lifetime Studio License. But what I'm doing right now, this talks a little about the Apprentice Stage, the Maestro Stage, and the Virtuoso Stage. You will get access to all of these as piano teachers, and you will also be able to access my new weekly group online piano lessons for piano teachers. So I want to share that with you. I'm going to go back to the page up here. Let me show you. I'm going to solo in on that, and then I'm going to share the new Music Mentor. This is for piano teachers, and I'll talk about those who are not piano teachers here in a minute, but let me share the screen. This is, again, brand new. I've never done this before, but it's Essential Piano Teachers Weekly Online Group Piano Lessons. Let me share this page for you. Right here, this says learn how to teach music theory, improvisation, and composition to your piano students. Become an Essential Piano Teacher. We call them music mentors. Now, this is a recurring monthly tuition. It costs $49.97. And this is where you will be able to attend every Monday. We have a 1.5 hour live piano lesson that I will teach. There will be 4 lessons taught every single month throughout the year. Now, this says click here to buy this weekly group online piano lesson. Down here, it goes through and it tells a little bit about what I will be teaching. Week 1, we have cool songs and essential piano exercises. Week 2, music theory, where I will teach what I refer to as theory therapy, the practical application of music theory. Week 3, improvisation, innovative improvisation. Learn how to play the same song 100 ways using my best-selling book, 100 Left-Hand Patterns Every Piano Player Should Know. And then week 4, composition, where we will talk about creative composition, how to connect you as a piano teacher with the composer within you. And then, of course, not only am I teaching piano teachers more about music theory, improvisation, and composition so they can become better piano teachers, but I will then help them and teach them how to teach this to their own piano students. Now, these lessons are taught Monday mornings from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's Utah time. Usually, piano teachers, their busiest time for them is in the afternoon and evening. That is when they are teaching. So I did not want to take them away from their students and their studio. So we will be doing these lessons during the day, Monday mornings from 11 a.m. to 12:30 every single week. These will be weekly group online piano lessons that I will teach through Zoom, and then I'll explain the theory. There'll be video lessons. You'll see me just like you're seeing me now, and then you'll see the overhead view, but we will focus on each of these individual areas. And you can visit this website. I will include a link where you'll be able to see everything that I have shared and what I've put together. That is what we're going to be starting. And so I'm going to stop sharing that, and we'll come back over here again. That is for piano teachers. Okay. It's something new that we are starting. Now, what sounds good? Great. I'm glad it sounds good. I'm glad you can hear it. That's always a concern. You never know what can happen. But what I want to help everyone understand is that until this Friday, so Friday is going to be the cutoff date, anyone who has already purchased my Customer for Life or my Essential Piano Teacher's Lifetime Studio License, they will receive essentially lessons for life. They will be able to attend these weekly group online piano lessons, and they won't need the monthly subscription. Now, after this Friday, even if you purchase the Customer for Life, and even if you purchase the lifetime studio license as a piano teacher, you will still need to purchase the monthly subscription. I've never done anything like this before. I think it's almost crazy that I'm doing this, but you will have access for life to these weekly group online piano lessons that I'm doing. Again, Monday mornings will be for the piano teachers, and Thursday afternoon, early afternoon, will be for the piano students, again, who are not piano teachers. We have 3 separate weekly group online piano lessons. One is referred to as the Apprentice Stage, one is referred to as the Maestro Stage, and one is referred to as the Virtuoso Stage, to help students learn how to play music and learn music theory the fun way. I'm going to share one more screen, and then I'd like to do a little lesson today where I teach you my new book, Essential Pop Piano Exercises, and I teach you some fun New Age improv from my book, Essential New Age Piano Exercises. These are all from my best-selling series, which is my Essential Piano Exercise series. Currently, we have 5 books in the series. We have 5 more books that will be coming out soon, and we have 10 more books planned. So I'm excited to show you some of this and play and help you learn more. Let me share my screen one more time. I'm going to go into the Customer for Life. These are non-piano teachers. Let me just share this page. So this is what it looks like. And on my website, musicmotivation.com, you have links to both of these. But it says Customer for Life. It's a one-time payment. Anyone who is not a piano teacher can purchase this Customer for Life. And if you do so before this coming Friday, then you will have lifetime access not only to every PDF book and course I've already created and every future PDF book and course I create, but you will have access to these weekly group online piano lessons that I teach. Anyone who signs up after this Friday, you will have to pay the monthly subscription for the weekly group online piano lessons. Now, again, this includes everything. You have access to all of these courses I've already created. You have access to my motivation self-help books, the Cool Song series, and the video recordings that go along with those, plus each of these additional PDF books. Now, if you want to purchase the physical book, you can buy the paperback books on Amazon. We have some of these as spiral-bound books that you can purchase. And then we will have all of these books available to teachers who sign up for our lifetime studio license. They will be able to actually purchase these books in larger quantities for their students, quantities of 5, 10, 15, 20 of each book that then they will be able to turn around and sell to their piano students if they want and make a profit, because all of our lifetime piano teachers who have purchased the studio license, we are going to give them a 40% discount on buying all of the physical spiral bound books, that then they will be able to pass those savings on to their students if they want, or they can actually sell the book at full retail price and they can make back the money that they had actually spent. So it's kind of a win-win for everyone. What I'd like to do now is actually talk a little bit about this new book right here, Essential Pop Piano Exercises. This is my latest book, and I have an album that I just came out with. And the album, I'd love to have you check that out as well. It actually is titled Effortless, so you can go listen on any streaming site. I'm going to show you some quick excerpts from this book. This book actually has pop exercises that I've created, but it has, in addition to that, we have 31 original pop pieces that I've composed. It's more for an intermediate to advanced level, but I'll show you some of these just so you can kind of see what some of these sound like. On my YouTube channel, you can watch all of the music videos for the music from this book, but I'm excited to share this with you and share some of these pieces. You can see what they sound like. They sound like fun pop pieces, but you can see we have exercises that I've created. We have theory that goes with this, and then we have fun pop pieces. So what I'd like to do is just show you some exercises from this book, and then I would like to actually show you some of the pieces, just little clips from some of the videos. As an example, I'll show you an exercise right here. This is found, let me get to it. It's right in front of the piece called Renegade. There's a pop piece in here titled Renegade. And right before that exercise, before the piece, we have some exercises that I teach and share. So let me just show you a fun little exercise. This is on the bottom of page 145. We're just playing some octave intervals that have been inverted and then some octave chords. Let me go to the overhead view right now. All right, so this is just a fun, simple example. Now, we're moving up in half steps. Hopefully everyone can hear that. I just want to double check, make sure that the sound is okay. All right, I'm just double checking on that. All right, perfect. So many times when we play fun pop pieces, we're doing a lot of octaves and a lot of octave sounds. So if you have just a simple octave interval with the left hand, you can move around and you can go from, and if I take C, D, E, F, G, it's the pentascale, the first 5 notes from the C major scale. Well, if I play those as octave intervals, I can jump around and just start with, if I think of this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, you can think of it like coinciding with the chords. We have C major with the right hand. We have the C octave interval with the left hand. We can slide to the right, play the D minor chord with the right hand and the D octave interval with the left hand. Slide to the right, play the E minor triad with the right hand and the E octave interval with the right hand, with the left hand. Slide to the right, play the F major triad with the right hand while the left hand plays the F octave interval. Slide to the right, play the G major triad with the right hand while the left hand plays the G octave interval. Slide to the right, play the A minor triad with the right hand. And again, I'm pulling these 2 fingers back just so you can see. Ordinarily, you would keep your hand nice and curved. You don't have to pull those fingers back. I'm doing that for demonstration purposes only. And then we slide to the right, play the B diminished triad. Left hand plays a B octave interval. And then we slide to the right and you play the C major triad, while the left hand plays the C octave interval. Now, if I want to, I can actually play around with chords, where I can say I want to play a C major triad. Think of this as the 1 chord, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, we have C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the 7th is the diminished, and we go back to 8. Well, what I want you to try to do is think of these as numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I said 1, I would start with C. If I said 4, I would start with F. If I said 6, I would start with A. If I said 5, I would start with G. I can take those chords and I can start to play around with those chords. If I did an octave interval, I would have the basic C major triad, and I would play an octave interval, C to C, and I would combine the two together. That's a C major octave chord. I can go up, I can go down, I can break them apart, going up or coming down. Okay, I can move in any direction. I can go up in half steps. I can invert them, and that's what I did at the bottom of page 145. I inverted those octave chords, and instead of playing all 3, I can leave out 1 note here or there. So you can change and mix things up. Well, if I were composing something in a pop style, I could start to play around. I could just start creating something that sounded pop-like. Well, on the next page, again, this is from the book Essential Pop Piano Exercises every piano player should know. On the very next page, 146, we start having the students try Renegade. Now, Renegade, I'll play this for you. Just the first page, you can kind of see what I'm doing. But then I want to show you the music video, because when you purchase the PDF book to this from my website, you also get the accompanying minus tracks that go along with it. Now, when you purchase my Customer for Life or my Lifetime Studio license as a piano teacher, you all, but it starts out doing this. that's all I'm going to play for right now. Let me come back to the front view just for a second. Now, it's a fun piece to play. It's in the key of C. It's not too difficult. Most of the pieces in this book I intentionally put in the key of C, in part because there are some tricky, challenging rhythms. Now, playing that on its own, it's fun, it's okay, but I prefer to play it with the minus track. And the reason why is because with the minus track, you have the drums, you have the guitars, you have the keyboards, you have the keyboard synths, you have strings, you have everything that I recorded in the studio. And let me show you what I mean. Again, this is Renegade, and it's from my book, Essential Pop Piano Exercises. Renegade right there. And it's also on the album Effortless. You can listen to on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you like to stream your music, iHeartRadio. But let me show you what the music video looks like and what it sounds like when all of the instrumentation is added. And I love having the students play along with the minus tracks because they can record it, they can perform it at a recital, they can perform at a school talent show, and it's fun to have them perform. So let me play for you right now, Renegade. So this is the music video for Renegade from my new album and my new book, Essential Pop Piano Exercises. I think you'll like it, and you can watch any of these music videos on my YouTube channel. But it's fun for the students to play this and perform it for family and friends. Okay, I'm just going to stop right there. Let me come back to this so you can see some other ones as an example. Hold on for a second. In this book, there are 31 fun pop pieces, and I've created videos, music videos, for most of them that I've shared on my YouTube channel. Here's another one called Anticipate. Well, I'll show you Effortless first. Here's one called Effortless. Let me show you this one. So this is the first piece from the album Effortless. And again, these are all fun pop pieces that piano students can play and perform. Now, I created these because I wanted fun pop pieces, instrumental pop pieces, that feature the piano as a primary instrument. So kind of fun. I'll stop that. I'll come back here to the front view. But what I'd like to have you do with this book, you can actually go through and you have the piano music. When you download it from my website, you get the PDF, the accompaniment minus tracks. You get the minus tracks with piano and without piano, so you can hear how it sounds. But it's just a fun way for the students to play. Let me show you just another. I know I'm not going to show you all 31. I'll show you one more. This is actually titled Anticipation, and it's from the book and from the album as well. Let me show you this. Now, again, this is from the album Effortless, my newest album, and this music is included in my latest book, Essential Pop Piano Exercises. This is the music video that I have on my YouTube channel. It's a fun way to introduce pop stylistic sound and rhythm to the piano student by featuring music that is primarily pop oriented, but it features the piano as a primary instrument, which ordinarily you don't have. Okay? Kind of a fun way to experiment and have different sounds. All right, we're going to stop that, come back here to the front view again. So what I'd like to do is just talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. Now, I told everyone that everyone who has purchased my Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License, or anyone who buys the Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License by this Friday, Friday's the cutoff date, you will have access to these weekly group online piano lessons that I'm doing with piano teachers. Ordinarily, it's $49.95 per month. It's a monthly subscription where we have 4 weekly group online piano lessons with piano teachers where I teach them music theory, improvisation, and composition. If you purchase my Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License by this Friday, then you will have lifetime access to these weekly group online piano lessons that I do. It's actually one of the best investments that I've ever offered anyone. Likewise, if you are not a piano teacher, if you've purchased my Customer for Life package that I have on my website, then you will have lifetime access to my weekly group online piano lessons that I teach for non-piano teachers on Thursday afternoons. We have 3 separate ones that I teach: the Apprentice Stage, the Maestro Stage, and then we have the Virtuoso Stage. You can go to my website, musicmotivation.com, and find out everything. I'm going to include links below this where you'll be able to access everything, and I'll explain what it all is. But starting the first week in October, we are starting these weekly group online piano lessons for piano teachers on Mondays and for everyone else who doesn't teach piano lessons on Thursdays. And it's going to be so fun because I can't wait to teach more about music theory and improv and how you create and arrange. As an example, another book from my Essential Piano Exercise series is Essential New Age Piano Exercises. Now, I'd like to go in here and just show you some examples from this book. If we come into, I want to show you, right there. So one of the examples that I talk about is how you take a left-hand pattern. Music is all about patterns. Whether we're doing jazz, rock, blues, pop, new age, whatever it is, music is all about patterns. So from this book right here, Essential New Age Piano Exercises Every Piano Player Should Know, I'm going to go to page 63 right now, and we're going to talk about creating a new age sound with a 1, 5, 8, 9, 10 left-hand pattern. Let me show you. I'm just going to put this here, and we'll go to the overhead view one more time. So let me go to this angle. On page 63, we talk about doing a simple 1, 5, 8, 9, 10 left-hand pattern. And what I mean by that, if I start on any tone from any of the scales, I can think of that as number 1. If I start here on C, this is 1. Now, moving up according to the C major scale, this would then be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I said 1, 5, 8, it would be C, G, C. 1, 5, 8. Now I could do a left-hand pattern where I play just a 1, 5, 8. I could do 1, 5, 8, 5, 1, where I go up, and then I go back down. That's a 1, 5, 8, 5 left-hand pattern. And I could do that starting on C, or D, or E, F, G, A, B, C. Playing, and again, this is just a simple pattern. If I am doing 1, 5, 8, 5 as my left-hand pattern, let me come back here to the front view for just a second. If I'm doing 1, 5, 8, 5 as a simple left-hand pattern, oh, sorry for a second. If I'm doing 1, 5, 8, 5 as a simple left-hand pattern, I can follow a chord progression. If I start on C, C would be my 1 chord in the key of C major. So if I did 1, 5, C, I would play C, G, C, G. If I wanted to follow a chord progression, let's say I did 1, 4, 6, 5, well, I would play C, G, C, G, that's my 1, then I would jump up to the 4 chord, and I would start on F and play F, C, F, C, that's 1, 5, 8, 5, that's starting on the 4. Then I could jump up to the 6th chord, starting on A, and play 1, 5, 8, 5, and that would be A, E, A, E, and then I would drop down to the 5 chord, which would be G, and play G, D, G, D. Let me show you just a very simple progression. We start with the 1, okay, just the 1 chord. Then we go to the 4 chord, then the 6 chord, then the 5 chord. I could start and play some, let's say I did an octave chord with the right hand. Pretty simple, not too difficult. If I did a 1, 5, 8, 9, 10 left-hand pattern, I would start on C, then play G, then play C, D, E. That's 1, 5, 8, 9, 10. And again, I could do that anywhere. F, A, G. So I could use that progression, and in my book here, Essential New Age Piano Exercises, every piano player should know, we talk about that very left-hand pattern, and on page 63, I demonstrate and show you some examples, if you can see that right there. Let me play this on page 63, just a simple pattern. Now, it's very simple. I'm just doing a progression, and I'm following a pattern. The reason why I demonstrate that example is because later on, we start improvising and just embellishing. What if I wanted to create something with the right hand, and instead of doing octave chords, I did basic triads in first inversion. So here's C major, C, E, G. First inversion is E, G, C. What if I did this as I played? With my right hand, I broke apart the chord. I could go up to the F chord. I would play the first inversion, A, C, F, and with my left hand, I would play 1, 5, 8, 9, 10, and follow that progression again. Breaking the chords apart. I don't know if you saw that. So I was playing it, and then I broke it apart. Same thing here. What I'm doing is, it's an arpeggiated chord, I'm just rolling the chord or breaking it apart. And I could start to do that anywhere, and I could just take simple triads and just play around. There I went to E minor. See that? But again, my pattern is still the same. So 1, 5, 8, 9, 10 left hand pattern. My right hand is changing. I started out with an A minor chord in root position, and then I went to an F major triad in first inversion. And then I went to a C major triad in second inversion. My left hand follows what my right hand is doing chord progression wise, but I can start to play additional notes in between the chords instead of just playing the chord and going to the next chord. I can play around. I don't know, just different patterns that you can play around with. Now I'm doing just a simple pattern. That's all it is. Okay, just a very simple pattern. It was 1, 5, 8, 9, 10 is my left hand pattern. And again, we have hundreds of these patterns. Music is all about patterns. It's all about progressions. It's all about understanding the theory, what I like to refer to as the practical application of music. I want students to know the theory, but I want you to know what you can do with it. In this book, again, and again, right now we have 5 books in this series. We have 5 more that I'm working on right now, and then I have an additional 10 that I have planned that I haven't started working on. But currently, the 5 books in the series, we have 100 left-hand patterns every piano player should know, which is by far my best-selling book. We've sold, I think, almost over 70, 80,000 copies of that book. So that's by far the best-selling book in the series. And then we also have, so that's that one right there. And then Essential Piano Exercises, Essential Jazz Piano Exercises, Essential New Age Piano Exercises, and the most recent one, Essential Pop Piano Exercises. But most of these books are almost 300 pages. The Essential Piano Exercise book is almost 300 pages. That's a lot. You know, you can buy the paperback books on Amazon. So you can buy the paperback book on Amazon. The PDF books are available from my website. You can buy the spiral bound set on my website. We only can ship it to the United States, and we'll ship it to you for free in the United States, but we can't ship outside of the country. If you live outside the United States, just go to Amazon, buy the book on Amazon, and then you can actually take it to your local store and have them do a spiral binding on it, which is what I recommend. But coming back to this Essential New Age Piano Exercise book, if I go in this book to page 90 and 91, we have different left-hand patterns. Some of these left-hand patterns were taken from my book, 100 Left-Hand Patterns, but they're all New Age left-hand patterns. And then in this book, I believe I have 20 original New Age piano solos that I've composed to help teach New Age music. And that is what I'm really doing with all of the books that I create, with all of the lessons. What I want to do is teach you music theory, improvisation, and composition. Those are the three main areas I focus on. I refer to it as theory therapy, innovative improvisation, and creative composition. But once you start learning those three areas, I want you to know how to apply the knowledge that you've learned. I don't want you just to learn the theory. I want you to learn the practical application of the music theory, which is why in each of these books, I like to actually demonstrate and say, here's the theory I'm teaching you. Here's the pattern that you are learning or the chord progression. And here is an original composition I've composed to demonstrate how you can actually apply the theory and the chord progressions and put it into a practical application. Then that way you can actually go to my YouTube channel and you can watch all the music videos and you can listen to any of my albums on any of the streaming sites from Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Amazon, iHeartRadio. And then you'll be able to listen to the albums that I've come out with. Every time I come out with a book, I try to come out with an album that goes with it so you can listen to it. But then also on the website, you can actually get the accompaniment minus tracks where you can play along with the minus tracks. And it's fun because then the piano part has been removed and you play like what I had shown you before with Renegade and Anticipation and Effortless. You're playing along with those cool tracks. And it's fun for the students because they can go and perform at their school or they can perform at a talent show for friends, family, and they're performing and playing with guitars and drummers and with keyboard players. And of course, I recorded most everything on my own. So it's kind of a one-man band. But when you're in a recording studio, you can do that. You can layer all the different instruments. But that way, students will be able to play with live musicians, so to speak. And it's fun because then they're hearing that extra additional instrumentation. But hopefully this helps. It gives you just a brief overview. And again, let me go back to my website, musicmotivation.com, and I'll show you just quickly what we are doing. We're starting up in October. I'll come back to the top up here. I haven't done this before, but I've had so many piano teachers who have asked me to do this and asked if I would be willing to teach weekly group online piano lessons for piano teachers. All lessons are taught through Zoom. And then it's just like what you're hearing, what this live lesson right now, it will be exactly like this live lesson where we can go to the overhead view and you can see what I'm doing and hear what I'm doing and it's a fantastic to actually participate. And I encourage students, whether they are piano teachers or not piano teachers, to watch at their either put their phone or their computer or laptop right next to the piano and then practice the piano while I'm demonstrating things. Go to the piano. So again, this will be starting in October and this is for piano teachers. Music theory, improvisation, and composition to your piano students. Become an essential piano teacher. We call them music mentors. It's $49.97 every month, which still is an unbelievable price since there are four lessons taught each month, and each one is an hour and a half. So you have 4 1.5 hour lessons every single month. Plus, you'll have access to additional resources that I create and different things while you have your subscription. However, anyone who is a piano teacher, who then purchases my Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio license before the end of this Friday, you will have lifetime access to all of these weekly group online piano lessons that I teach for life. you won't have to pay the monthly subscription. If you purchase after Friday, then you will have to pay the monthly subscription, which still is not a bad monthly rate at all for everything that you will receive. But that, again, you can go to the website. This is essentialpianoteachers.com, but you can find this from my website, musicmotivation.com. But then also, if you are not a piano teacher and you would like to actually attend our weekly group online piano lessons that I will be teaching every Thursday, for those who are not piano teachers, we have 3 separate stages. We have the Apprentice Stage, Maestro Stage, and the Virtuoso Stage. If you go to, I'll go to the shop portion right here. Okay, so I went to the shop portion. Now this, if you scroll down, you can actually click on the Customer for Life or Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License. These are the two that if you purchase either of these before the end of Friday, let me stop. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. Just want to make sure I have the right page. Good. Okay. These right here, if you purchase either of these before this Friday, then you will have lifetime access to all of these weekly group online piano lessons. The Customer for Life, if I click on that, let me share this page right here. Okay, so if I go to that, again, you will be one of our Customer for Life. You will have access to everything that I have already created, all the PDF books, all the courses. It does not include private lessons, weekly online group piano lessons, physical products, in-person events, or mentoring mastermind groups. However, if you purchase the Customer for Life or the Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License before the end of Friday, then you will automatically have lifetime access to everything. Pretty simple, not too difficult. For everyone, I'm going to come back to the front view right here. Anyone who has already purchased either the Customer for Life or the Essential Piano Teacher Lifetime Studio License, if you've already purchased it and you know who you are, then you automatically will have access to all of the weekly group online piano lessons for life. It's just something that I'm doing for everyone who's already purchased it or anyone who will buy it before the end of Friday. So it's just a nice way to thank you for the years of loyalty and for everyone else who's already purchased it. I'm excited to have piano teachers from all over the world and piano students from all over the world. When we were doing our weekly group online piano lessons before, we had piano students from, I believe, 30 different countries around the world. And so I'm excited to start that back up again. Some can attend live and some cannot because of the time difference, but every lesson each week will be recorded and then it will be uploaded within your customer portal on my website. So you'll be able to access each of the weekly group online piano lessons, whether you can attend in person or not. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me through social media. You can visit facebook.com/Jerald Simon. You can leave a comment on YouTube or any of the videos. You can send me an email, geraldsimon@musicmotivation.com. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm excited to start up these weekly group online piano lessons for piano teachers on Mondays. We start this up in October, the first week in October. We will have weekly group online piano lessons for piano teachers on Monday mornings, and then we will have weekly group online piano lessons for non-piano teachers on Thursday early afternoon. You can go to the website and learn more about each of those, but let me know if you have any questions about anything. Hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial where I've been introducing my latest book, Essential Pop Piano Exercises Every Piano Player Should Know. And then we did talk a little bit about my essential new age piano exercises every piano player should know. So I'd love to have you check both of those out. Those are from my essential piano You can buy the paperback books on Amazon. You can buy the PDF books or the spiral bound set on my website, musicmotivation.com. Check it out. Let me know what you think. It's by far my best-selling series that I've created. I have over 36 music books that I've written. I have over 6 motivation self-help books that I've written. I have 2 more I'll be coming out with soon. So I'd love to have you check those out as well. I'd like to end this little message with a poem I've written from my book, Poetry That Motivates. My other poetry book is The As If Principle. Maybe I'll read one from each to send you on your way. So this is actually from my book, Poetry That Motivates. This is found on page 11, and this book has 100 and I think 57, 58, I can't remember the exact number, original poems that I've written. I like to write poetry. When I'm not composing music or touring or creating content for piano teachers, I like to write poetry and motivational self-help books. So this is actually titled Failure You Fear. It's found on page 11 from the book, and this is what it says. Befriend the failure you fear. Do not fear failure. Befriend the failure you fear. Failure can become a dear friend if you let it, but most fear failure and eventually regret it. Failure is not a folly fool to be avoided and dreaded and cursed. It is a gift we have been given so we might improve the performance we've daily rehearsed. Each step backwards is a friendly failure, not a foe to be beaten and bruised. For with each failure, we learn something new, though most feel discarded and used. Do not let failure frighten you. Face it with faith and might. Encourage it and learn from it, for each failure can bring you new light. And again, that's from my book, Poetry That Motivates. And then I want to end with a quick poem from my book, The As If Principle Motivational Poetry. This is titled I Believe in You, and it's found on page 12. This book has 222 motivational poems I've written over the years. This is what it says. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in all that you can do. I believe you're intelligent. I believe in your dreams. I believe circumstance is irrelevant. It never is quite what it seems. I believe in your abilities. I believe in your word. I believe you'll do what you say you will do because I believe in you. You are capable. You are able. You're more powerful than you know. You'll accomplish what you want to accomplish. You'll learn and improve and grow. I believe in your future. I believe you will do your best. I believe you will prosper. You will be blessed. I believe in your talents. I believe in your gifts. I believe God has a purpose for you. He inspires, prepares, and lifts. I believe in your greatness. I believe in your heart. I believe you have a mission in life and will fulfill and do your part. I hope you believe in yourself. I hope you believe in your dreams. I know you will do what you were sent here to do. Your life is much more than it seems. Just a little motivational message. I always like to end my weekly group online piano lessons with words of wisdom or inspirational messages of motivation that I've written from some of my various motivation self-help books. And so I love sharing those with my students, whether they are piano teachers or music students. You can buy any of my motivation self-help books. The paperback books are available on my website, musicmotivation.com. You can also buy the paperback versions on Amazon, but you can get the PDF books on my website, musicmotivation.com as well. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Every day this week, I'm going to be doing a live session where I'm teaching something from some of my books. And I'm going to start doing weekly live sessions, just short clips here and there on YouTube and on some of my social media pages to highlight some pieces. But if you really want to delve in and learn as much as you can about music theory, improvisation, and composition, then I encourage you to join our weekly group online piano lessons, where you can become one of my piano students. Again, Monday mornings, I'm going to be doing a weekly group online piano lesson for piano teachers. And then Thursday, early afternoon, I will be doing weekly group online piano lessons for non-piano teachers. And we have 3 separate groups. We have the Apprentice Stage, the Maestro Stage, and the Virtuoso Stage. So you can learn more about that on my website, musicmotivation.com. Let me know if you have any questions, but thank you for attending. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Have fun, do your best, continually strive to be better in everything you do. As we continue to progress and improve, we become better. And that is the whole purpose, to become better today than we were yesterday, and to strive to be better tomorrow than we are today. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for attending, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. I appreciate it. See you guys later. Bye.